This is what we've waited for.
Welcome to another video, track and field fans. Today we'll be looking at the men's 100-meter semifinals. We have two semifinals on the card, as you can see on your screen. The top three persons will qualify automatically, followed by the two fastest losers. So yesterday produced some surprise performances that most of us were not expecting. On the list, we start off with Jelani Walker, who seems to be getting better and better each year. He surely is one that I think will soon be in the sub 10 category or sub 10 group, because he just seems to improve year after year and he has time on his hands to get better. But in this field, it is going to be very tough. I think he can be amongst the fastest losers, because this is a tough field, seeing the times that have been run so far. But I think he can be among the fastest losers. If he's to make it, he'll possibly have to run a personal best to get through to the finals or finish in the top three. But nevertheless, I think he can be among one of the fastest losers. Going on to Conroy Jones, who is also improving year after year, getting better. One that I think is continuing to develop and progressing. So far, I don't see him moving on to the finals. Now we move on to Rohan Watson, who ran a brilliant time of 9.98 seconds last night to surprise a lot of persons, but persons that are familiar with him or have been following him are not so surprised, because it has been coming. So he is one that, if he continues on form, he is one that will go through to the finals. Now we look at Shane Thompson, who produced a phenomenal time of 9.91. I don't think most persons were expecting this. Most persons were not looking to him producing such a fast time. His personal best before this was 10.21. So dropping down to 9.91 was a huge step for him. So hopefully he can continue and even improve up on it. I think, seeing his stature and build, I think he can also do well in the 200 meters. But he is one that is going to be on the list to go through to the semifinals. Also, we have Nigel Ellis, who looks good. He qualified in a time of 10.07. In order for him to go through, he might have to produce the same time or a little faster to get through to this round, to the final round. We seeing the field that is so stacked against him, but he can also qualify as it could quite possibly be one of the fastest losers. Now we move on to the next person that could possibly be among the list. I think would be among the list is Raheem Ford, who produced a time of 10.01 to go through. Seeing on form or in continuing the same vein, he is among the top three to go through to the next round. But before I move on to Heat 2, I think it won't be a surprise if I see Jelani Walker produce a upset, and that casualty in that upset could quite possibly be Raheem Ford. But I think it could be also that Raheem can produce a sub 10 time in this race in order to make it to the next round. Looking at Heat 2, we have Sanjay Davis, a young athlete, up and coming athlete with a bright future ahead of him. He had a injury earlier in the season and he's just coming back, and so far he's running according to form. He seems not to have much work due to the injury, or he wasn't training that much due to the injury. So we look forward to seeing this athlete in the future and possibly next season, where it's Olympic year. So see what he can do next year. Also, O'Dane McPherson ran a time of 10.21 to qualify. I don't see him moving on to the next round. If so, he would have to produce a personal best to do so. Now we move on to Akeem Blake, who last night didn't look his normal, usual self. I think that the execution of his race, he would say that he was not the best in that race, but I still do see him going forward. I qualifying for the final. He will run a sub 10 time in today's semi-final to qualify. We move on to KG and Ghoston, who produced another surprising time of 9.94 seconds to win his event. That is a time that surprised a lot of us. And also on that time, we'll have him as one of the persons to go through as automatic as well. We also have Oblique Seville, who looked smooth, smiling as he went through the line, looking easy. And we have been hearing rumors that he's in superb form. So he is one of those that is set to go through to the semi-final also. We also will look at Buaji and Krume, who, as I stated in previous video, is coming back from an injury. He's still working himself in, so I don't think I don't see him making the final. I think the injury has prevented him from doing necessary preparation or training. So he's one for the future, very young, just the same. He did the first sub 10 time at champs of 9.99. So he's definitely one for the future. Also, we look at Julian Fort, who qualified in a time of 10.10, and I think he needs to run to his personal best, close to his personal best, or run a personal best in order to make this team, because it is a tough field. If he runs fast enough or close to his personal best, I think he could be one of the fastest losers. So to summarize, I have it's qualifying from Heat 1 automatically. I have Rowan Watson, I have Kushane Thompson, and I have also Raheem Ford. And I also have Jelani Walker as one of the fastest losers in the event. In E2, I have Akeem Blake, I have Kadrian Golston and Oblique Civil going through, and Julian Fort as one of the fastest losers. So that is my pick, guys. If you have any opinion or comment or think differently, you can leave your comment and state who you think will go through or possibly cause an upset in the event. Also, if you think there is anything else that I missed out, please let me know. Until the next time, guys, this is the end of the video.